Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back. Welcome to another Wake and Bake with my CannaCast. I'm Canna Dave.
And I'm Groovy.
On today's Wake and Bake, like I just stated, we are back. Groovy's back from his vacation. So we are live today. We got a couple topics to talk about. Some stuff hit the cannabis news this week. Dr.Oz is stating
bullshit.
Yeah, that pretty much if we legal cannabis, people will not work. People will get more lazy. So we're going to talk about that. I don't know if you've seen, but Lume Cannabis had flower that tested extremely high and abnormally high. THC. Just THC percentage, and it was flower. It wasn't infused or anything. So we're going to talk about that too, because that just seems odd. It was tested by Viridius, who we know failed who failed testing back in November, and they tested Lume. So we're going to talk about that. And then also, it's a holiday weekend, so let us know what you're doing for this holiday weekend. Anything special? You hitting movement? You just hanging out, barbecuing? You have any favorite smoking spots you go to on the holidays? You going up north? Maybe you're hitting Traverse City, Lexington, wherever you're going, or whatever you're doing. Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. We appreciate it because it's our first time back in like 2 weeks. So we want to get this message out there. So appreciate all the love and support as always. So, but yeah, let's get it going, Groovy. Get it going. What's everyone smoking and dabbing on this morning?
Yeah, what's everyone smoking and dabbing on? I'm probably not gonna be able to dab today, which feels weird, but I don't really have much dabs. So,
hey, it's all right, man. You got a doobie, so you know you can smoke some flower. What are you smoking on today, Groovy?
Jungle Mac.
Groovy's got some Jungle Mac. I'm about to be sparking up some Bangarang. And
what's up, Lizzie? What's going on, Dave? Dave says Oz smoking on some Fool's Kool-Aid. Yeah, nice. Dr. Oz always stupid. Fear mongering. I mean, I'm just so used to it by now.
When that came out, so we'll start with Dr. Oz. So Dr. Oz was stated, or maybe not stated, but he pretty much said, if we legal cannabis, we're going to become lazy and people aren't going to pretty much work, right? Which to me is hilarious because first off, cannabis is legal in many states, right, Groovy? Yep. And I'm pretty sure out of all the states where it's legal, you know, people are growing the bud and growing the cannabis.
Yeah.
Are growing the cannabis in the jobs. They're at the facilities. It's not like people are doing not working in the cannabis industry. So who's going to grow the bud? Who's going to process the concentrates? There's tons of people that are working when you're in cannabis. So for him to say that is ridiculous, because I mean,
it just shows ignorance, man. It shows that he really doesn't know shit about it. It's kind of annoying that people just associate that. Everyone thinks that this, like, that a stoner is like lazy just because they smoke weed. Like, everyone needs to get over this whole Shaggy and Scooby shit. Like, it's not fucking like that. It's so annoying.
I would agree. And I agree because you're seeing throughout America where cannabis is legal or medicinal, people are working, people are, even if you're not in the cannabis industry, you're still smoking cannabis, you're still going to work, you're still doing your things, you're taking care of your family, you're taking care of your house or whatever you have to do in life, you're still able to consume cannabis and not be lazy to society. Yeah, well, some people might get lazy. You might have those days. I have my days where I'm like, I just feel like we're sitting around smoking some weed and chilling.
Nothing to do with weed, though.
Nothing to do with weed.
It's to do with me.
Yes, I want to sit down, smoke some weed, and not do much. And that's me, kicking back, relaxing. I'm not going to say everybody that smokes weed is going to be lazy. That's just bad propaganda.
It's prejudiced, man. When you assume any any trait to any one type of people or type of based on anything, whether it be they smoke cigarettes or they drink too much coffee or whatever it may be, right? Or things that are more obvious like race and stuff like that. It's just prejudice. He's literally just doesn't smoke weed, and he's a doctor who's like just thinks that prescription pills are the way, which is hilarious. Like, I understand, don't get me wrong, there's a reason.
Well, yeah, because they get paid on all the sales of pills.
Well, no, there's also this weird twist in a lot of these doctors' heads that because it's legal and because they are allowed to give it to you, that it's okay, but it's still just a drug. Like, it's no different than weed. People just want to put it on a pedestal because they want to act like it's something special, but it's fucking not. We all know that Vicodin and Xanax are way stronger than weed.
Yeah, and pretty much weed gets many people through the day. I mean, it gets me through my days, and I know I'm not the only person.
Lizzie said the exact same thing.
It literally, it makes the days go by. You're not as so stressed out. Like if you're like you said Xanax,
all those
anything that's a benzo, you take those to help your mood or you're depressed. Yeah, you might just be chill, but you'll just be like a zombie for a little bit. It's not like cannabis where you can, there's so many different strains and genetics that you're able to find the certain strain that helps you in a great way. And that's the best thing about cannabis. It's not one. There's like 4 pills that are benzos, right? You get those, you pretty much get the similar effects. With cannabis, me and Groovy are smoking on 2 different strains here, and we got like High Times bags over there that have all different genetics, so each one gives you a different feel and everything, and that's the best thing about cannabis. And for Dr. Oz, who doesn't know much about cannabis, obviously, TV actor or whatever the hell he is, like, needs to get his facts and stuff straight, because as you see in America, we have many states that are legal. Well, he needs to get his opinions into facts, because like if you're a doctor and you're prescribing or talking about stuff.
But I mean, not to be a douche here, but just because you're a doctor does not mean you're like a genius either. Like, how many times I've gone to a doctor and been prescribed pills because like let me rephrase. 1 or 2 times this happened to me. I've been prescribed pills and they were like, hey, I was like, oh, here's what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm really just tense. And then they gave me 4 or 5 different things. Oh, let me know if any of these help. No, I'm not just shoving myself full body because you're a doctor. Just because they're doctors doesn't mean they're like that. That's like, you can get a second opinion. If there's test results and it's obvious, obviously, you should definitely believe your doctor. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with believing your doctor. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you are allowed to use your own judgment in this life. Just because someone has a degree does not mean they're smarter than you.
No, not exactly. Not at all. And I was just taken back by this, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else saw it or what your opinion is on Dr. Oz stating that. But it just caught me off guard.
Do you have the exact quote by chance, or do you remember exactly what he said? Like,
it was pretty much. I found it from. It was on the blacklist, and I even did a survey. We had, I think, 1 person said it would make you lazy.
Oh, a lot of people said that. A lot, like, Dr. Oz was full of shit. I mean, it's funny. So, my cousin responded, and she doesn't even smoke, and she was like, Dr. Oz is full of shit. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like,
Dr. Oz slams effort to legalize marijuana, claiming it will make people not want to work. I mean, I smoke a shit ton of weed and I love working. So
you can't stop working.
Yeah, I know. and I love weed because I'll smoke it during the day and I'll be like, all right, give me some of the uplifting effects or the creativity, and I'm like just going at it. I'll be writing blogs. I'll be in the grow. So to me, I find it I just laugh. I'm flabbergasted, to be honest, but I just find it hilarious that he would say that. And it just shows how uneducated he is within the cannabis field or within anything else that isn't pharmaceuticals.
But dude, Xanax made me lazy as shit. Then I was like God, I can't thank the universe enough for being off those stupid pills and off stupid prescriptions, because prescriptions were what ruined my life, man. Almost ruined my life. I've bounced back, and sure, I've had some down days and I've had some good days, but like that has nothing to do with the drug use. Like a lot of it's how I feel, which then reflects my drug use. Right? You know, right. And weed is something that keeps me more level-headed. It keeps me away from, like, that temptation of, like, even wanting to do harder drugs. So, to me, it's like, you know, there's nothing different than someone smoking a cigarette. It's just a different type of herb.
It's a lot healthier, though, than a cigarette. A cigarette's got so much rat poisoning and so much shit in it. Like
I know, but yes, you're right. Health, sure. I'm thinking more of, like, the mental. Like, it's just like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mentally, yeah, I got you on that. I was going with, like, no, weed's definitely healthier than a cigarette. I got you. But, no, it makes sense on what you're saying, Groovy. It's just, I just can't believe that high person up, a lot of people respect his opinion. You know, some people that watch his shows and his stuff, and he's saying that stuff. And that's just what continues bad propaganda is when you have people like that.
That's what it is.
Talking.
You have the people that just look at the news and believe it. Like, to be honest, that's already an issue. Like, I already have this argument with my mother all the time. Like, oh, I heard this on the news. So what? Like,
right, exactly. You can't
do your research. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the same thing with, like, are we really going to believe Dr. Oz because he's a doctor? Fuck no. It's propaganda bullshit, and it's unfair to people who are generally using cannabis, you know, to put everyone in a category based on the outliers. That's why I call it just like prejudice.
Well, think about it like this, though, too. You also have all the states that are medical, too. So you have, like, more states that are medical than adult use. And you're still seeing people work. You're still seeing what's going on in the industry. Look at the events that go on. Look at the conventions. You're telling me none of these people work? They're all just lazy?
Like, well, that's why it doesn't make sense.
Not going to make the majority of smokers lazy in these legal states. It's not like Michiganders got more lazy once pot got legal.
Oh, Dave Cost smoking on some craft black cherry cola. What's the genetics on that, by the way? Lazy. He's never met a medical caregiver, he says. Absolutely. And that's kind of the thing. You know, these doctors, don't get me wrong. There are good doctors out there. I have a good doctor. You know, I have a couple good doctors. Not saying all my doctors are good. You know, like, it's just that, you know, they're a business too. You know, you can't forget, like, obviously there are general doctors that are out there for your health, but there are doctors out there for money. It's a job. Like, and Dr. Oz, to me, seems like the type that's out there for the money. What kind of, you know, doctors are out there just helping patients? They're helping patients. They're not on the news whoring themselves out for making a brand out of themselves and have a logo, Dr. Oz. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's clearly whoring himself out for profits. You know, so none of this surprises me. It's just like, how long do we have to deal with this being, like, okay? Until someone's like, hey, this is kind of prejudiced against weed smokers. Illegal.
We're going to continue.
Until we're the majority, I suppose?
Probably. I mean,
until the cannabis smokers are the majority?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to continue seeing this, you know? Man. You're going to. We've had politicians that have crafted up legislation that should be able to pass stuff, and they haven't. They've had promises. Like, even this year, Chuck Schumer's supposed to have his bill out. That was from last year. Nothing. You had Biden, who was supposed to do something for cannabis, has done nothing. I mean, the guy hasn't done anything in general. I'm not going to go there. But you have all these politicians, and nothing's getting done.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing gets done.
You ain't lying.
And then you just have other people just continue talking on cannabis and the negative effects and why it's not good, this and that and this and that. Cannabis is around for thousands of years. You're telling me people back in the days would just smoke weed and get high? No. They actually had to go out there, hunt, get their food, cook their food, and do all that. And they were probably still smoking cannabis as medicine. And us, we can't even, it blows my mind. I was just blown away by that when I saw that. I was dying.
Ron says, I wonder what Montel has to say. Hilarious. That's like my quote of the day. Well, because it's like, who gives a shit? Like, who are you, dude? Like, you're one doctor. One.
Exactly.
One. Exactly. How many doctors are there? You know?
Oh, thousands.
I think that's my problem is, like, sometimes I hear people put doctors on pedestals, and I used to be that person until I went to that doctor. He saw me for, 3-4 minutes, and tried to give me 4 different prescriptions for different things. And he's like, just take them, let me know if any helps. Are you serious? I mean, don't get me wrong. Since then, I've changed doctors many times because I've realized, like, I don't have to put up with that shit. Like, I'm paying for it. It's my fucking insurance.
Well, yeah.
I'm the one who spent hundreds of dollars on pills that I it's funny because I bought them with fear of going, I don't even know if I want to put these in my body. I brought them home. I started looking into more, like, stress techniques, and I was just tense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get into what I thought I had, but it's like, they don't even give you the time of day. They think because they're a doctor, they just must know. You don't know shit. You know, everybody's different. Not everyone's just a rat you can just throw a bunch of drugs into and see what happens. You know, that's why I love weed, because it is a self-prescribed thing in the sense of that I don't need it every second of every day. I use it when I need it, right? I don't know what that means. Maybe that is an all-day thing on Sunday. I need to sit around and smoke all day. Maybe it's I only need to take one dab.
Mentally.
Yeah, well, that's my point. But some days you also need mentally you don't want to smoke as much. Like, that's why I like it. It's not like a what are they called? Antidepressants where you have to take them every day, or if you don't take it every day for 2 months, then it doesn't work. Weed just works when it's supposed to work.
Yep,
that's why magical.
That's why we love cannabis. I think that's why everyone here loves cannabis. We got a comment from What Up Dnk Growers. Maybe a large MSO company can buy Dr.Oz acceptance of cannabis. They'd probably go with that. So then people would buy their product or something in a sick way. You know, like, it's just stupid. That's going to make you lazy. I mean, you just got to look at the data and see the states that are legal and medicinal. And it's not like you're seeing people not work. Like, people are working. People are out there smoking, working, and doing their job and doing a hell of a job at it. So.
And yeah, Andy, you're right. We've been saying it for years, but the Chads and Karens don't listen because we're stupid stoners. And that's what it is. It's like almost like there's this prejudgment based on what, either they were told cannabis was or someone they have in their head that represents all stoners.
The movies, the bad propaganda all out there, all that crap.
But it's like...
Your burnout from, what was it, the 70s? The burnout, they called you too?
Beatniks and all that stuff. Yeah, man. And that's kind of the whole thing is like, it is going to take full decriminalization to knock this away. But when you have people on these type of platforms... that aren't politicians, meaning like an actual doctor, which, like you said, it sucks because some people do believe him because he's a doctor. So it just takes longer to undo it. And it's like, when you have that big of a platform, it sucks that, you can just be bought out so easily.
Well, I think you made the point, though. He's a doctor and he's pushing probably pharmaceuticals, or has people, obviously he's friends with probably other doctors that are pushing pharmaceuticals. And doctors, when they see cannabis becoming legal, more people might be inclined to try cannabis if they haven't and see how that works instead of taking other pharmaceuticals. I mean, because look now, it's not just flower, it's not just dabs. You have edibles, you have drinks, you have topicals. There's so much of a variety within cannabis, which is great. That for any user, you can find one specific thing that can help you tremendously. Right. So, and maybe he's afraid of losing some money in his back pocket or his friend's pocket, and that's why he's coming out with a statement like this. Because why would you be coming out with a statement like this anyway right now? I mean, it literally came out of nowhere. It's not like there's a bill in the Senate that they're about to vote on, and he's trying to get his opinion out there. That's like, hey, don't do this because of yada yada. I mean,
is there upcoming elections or something? Maybe.
You got the midterms coming up. In November,
he's a doctor, though.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's stupid. But
let's. He's got some type of like backing or something,
He probably's got something. I wouldn't be shy.
He's got to have some type of money in his pocket, man. Who just randomly says some shit like
just to screw with people?
Like a tool.
Anyone segue into another crazy thing? Anyone see Lume Cannabis test results on their flower recently? That's been not trending. I mean, maybe trending in Michigan on like Michigents and on like IG in that area, not like all over, but. Anyone see that? I was kind of blown away by it. I'm gonna pull it up. Actually, we posted it in our story this week. I saw that and I couldn't believe it because I was like, no flower has ever tested that high. It's like pretty much, I would say, impossible, right? You know, maybe one day it will. Who knows? But not by Lume, right? So they're saying they're
they messaged us.
No, they did. We talked to them.
Dave was like, yeah, I don't know. And they were like, no, you're right. I love the messages because I was like on vacation. And they responded like, no, for sure. And he was like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, nah, not really. Yeah,
I just can't believe people are still flexing on this. And like, we talked about terpenes now for like years now. How are companies still trying to flex over THC percentage?
It makes no sense. The THC percentage, it says it tested at 45. So total cannabinoids was 50%. And then THCA 45.74, and it's off the Jenny Kush. They told us it was the Jenny Kush, and it was tested by Viridius, right? First off, if anyone knows Viridius, they're the ones that got what was it? Jesus, I just lost my train of thought. Not flagged, but they got all their product got recalled back in November. It was the biggest recall in cannabis history for some type of dial being.
I remember what we were taught though. All this THC percentages, all these things have to do with weight versus amount versus, it's always about it's a certain thing. And I don't know how the system's dialed in. I really don't. Because we've been seeing a lot of 30, 40%. It's like, remember that was a new thing and now it's like normal, but it's like
34s, 35s, yeah, but like dude, to see 45% on flour.
Hey man,
we tried the.
But how does it taste? I didn't like the way it tasted, but that was a year ago, rosin. 2 years ago, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, just because you hit those numbers also doesn't mean you're gonna like the smoke. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm trying to say is like you don't like that terpene on the Jenny Kush, so I don't think you'd like it, even if it is 45%.
I don't. It probably doesn't even taste good though, in my opinion.
I don't know. Like, I thought higher THC percentage would degrade terpenes. Like, that's another thing is I would like to know what the terpenes are more like. Because that's kind of more my concern there.
They even said they triple checked it.
No, I'm not. That's what I said. I'm not calling them liars by any means. I don't care.
It.
That's not what I'm even looking
I
for.
can't believe it. I'll be honest. To me,
I know. I saw the message.
I don't like. I'll believe it.
I just put 50% THC, but I think it's 45. You said.
Yeah, 45.7.
Total cannabinoids.
Total cannabinoids is 50%.
That's why I had 50.
On the Jenny Kush, I was like, what? No way, dude. Like, the highest on record, I think, was like 35% or 36%. And it was out in Colorado.
That's another thing. It's like,
and this could have been years ago.
There was no terpene listings.
Well, they don't put terpenes on their
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they don't put it on their packaging.
Right, but
it just blows my mind.
I mean, as someone to have 45 plus THC percentages, I'll be honest, like I just told you, because it's a system, because it's a game people play and they know it, like they work on it, right? Just like you said, the growers work on it. Like, I mean, if you have master growers, if that's what their focus is, maybe they did get it, man. But like, I mean, nowadays with hash and concentrates and like all that stuff and diamonds, like,
dude, we didn't even see some infused stuff though at 45%. You know?
Yeah, I understand. It's high. Like I said, it's just like, what does it taste like?
We'll go find it.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, because it probably doesn't taste like anything, man. Because you're right. I just don't know how is the flavor. You're right. Terpenes probably got degraded. How is the flavor on it?
We got a great comment on IG, plus or minus 10%.
Yeah, I know exactly, right?
So, by the time I hit your system, it might only be 35%, which is, again, it's still high for THC, but like,
for THC,
if it doesn't smoke good, you know what I mean? I've had stuff that's at 32% and didn't taste good, so it wasn't that special. I've had diamonds that are 99% THC, and because it doesn't taste like dabs, I'm like taking multiple.
Right. Yeah, because you're more for the flavor. You're more of a flavor guy.
That's what I was trying to say. So for me, I'll just take multiple dabs. I'll just smoke another joint. Like, I don't need it to be so strong that I need to hit a half a joint and be done. Like, some people like that. Mm-hmm. Cool. Like, they want the effects heavy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I like to smoke a whole joint to the dome, and then you're just like,
oh yeah. It's like I just don't understand. Like, I mean, Ron just said, yeah, diamonds alone suck 100%.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm just trying to be high, I guess you could smoke that THCO shit. But I'm not just trying to be high. I'm trying to enjoy cannabinoids, enjoy the effects of cannabis. You know.
It's funny you mentioned that THCO. High Times just shared an article with
I saw a shit ton of it off Vegas. Well, yeah, because they can't really sell THC off the strip. It's all those dispos. None of them are real. They're just CBD dispensaries. Well, we stayed off in downtown Vegas, so everything was like bullshit. Everything was hemp dispensaries. It was crazy because you see drunk people going in thinking they're buying weed, and they were just wasted, and they'd buy shit. I'm just like, but it's smart, I guess. I mean,
they can bank though. Those
exactly, dude.
How high is the THC? Yeah, it's like 10% or 0.1.
Bro, I'm talking like $40 THC hemp joints, and like 2 for 60, 2 for like, you know what I mean, shit like that. Like expensive, and I was like, oh.
So the gambling's cheap in Old Vegas, but the weed isn't cheap there.
I saw a $5 minimum. It was wild.
That's what I'm saying. It's real cheap.
Real cheap.
I love it. I love that. It's a
really,
lot better.
It's I don't know. It's crazier out there. For sure. It's not as nice as the nicer part. That's for sure. But I liked it. I enjoyed it more. You know, being from Pontiac, living in Pontiac, I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, D-Dub pumping diet weed. Yeah, dude, there's something ain't right out there. But it's THCO, it's like it's supposed to get you high. And he was like super convinced, and the other lady was like, "Oh, you need this vape. It's gonna get you so high." I'm like, "Yeah, all right. You know, I'm gonna go to the dispo." Which probably wasn't much better because the weed was kind of disappointing out there at this time.
That's a bummer.
I mean,
Michigan's just got some great bud, man.
Good bud. Yeah, exactly.
Got the dank of the dankest out here. I'd put Michigan bud up against anybody.
Yeah.
Cali.
Well, and so sorry, we kind of digressed into like THCO and these other THCO, but that's my whole point is like you're just trying to get like that effect of like slowing down.
Michigan represent. What's up?
Yeah,
we need some more sativa.
Yeah, Michigans. We are, and honestly, you know, the system that the caregivers built here and the companies that we had in the beginning really paved the way for a good system here. You know, shout out Rick Thompson, shout out to all those advocates that led us here. Jamie, Adam, all of them. But it's like,
yep.
You know, that's the one thing, you know, the access, and they do have terpenes listing out there. You know, there's always a disadvantage and advantage to every system. You know, we've got our own problems here with the MCMA, which avoid them if you can. Always say that. But Michigan does have its positives. So
speaking of that, while you were gone, I saw I don't even want to mention, but our good friend's dad. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And he went to the dispo, and he actually picked up some of that MCMA product. He picked up. And I was like, no, man. So
it's probably just because it was a good deal.
It was. He actually went to his neighbor wanted to go, so they went to the shop, and I explained everything to him after. So I ended up trying. The reason why I'm telling the story is I ended up trying the 8th White Boy Rick's sour diesel. It was no sour diesel, unfortunately.
No,
it wasn't. I was hoping, because like when he pulled it out, I was like, oh no shit, sour diesel. Okay, let's see it. Nah. And then he also got the runts, but the runts was like runts. So, but he gave me a pre-roll, so I tried it while I was there. Not.
Oh man,
disappointment. Not surprised.
That's like the big thing about these companies, like, or these people just going, "Hey,
I didn't try to
give me the most money." I mean, like, here's the thing though. in their spot, like, say you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot, like, you're not, you know, being White Boy Rick, he didn't come out of the jail probably going like, "Oh, what's going on in the cannabis industry?" Someone probably came to him before he even knew what was going on and be like, "Yo, you want $250,000 right now, and we can use your name for weed?" And he was probably like, "How much?" And like, so, and again, I don't know, because I used to blame him, but I realized I blame, you know, whoever the person, you know, Lil Wayne for Guqua, like whoever. I was just blaming the person who was easy pointing at, where I realized it's not them. they're just being tools in this. Like, they're just being used for their brand.
Yep.
And these bigger companies that take advantage of them, you know. So it's like, yeah, the common citizens and the green shits, Green Peaks or whatever. Those are the companies that, like, you know, they're gonna make money somehow. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, and they use those people for branding, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you said, hey, someone gave you a free joint, you're like, I gotta try it.
Well, yeah,
it's disappointing.
Yeah, I was gonna try. It was sour diesel too. Like, if you guys have listened, you know, I love some sour diesel. I haven't seen it, so I was like, yeah, I'll try that over the runts. I've had runts so many times, so I was like, I'd rather try the sour diesel, and he gave it to me, and I smoked it there. And yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Like, it was so packed down. Like, in the pre-roll, it was so packed. The runts looked and smelled like runts. I'll give them that. But the pre-roll,
You didn't smoke the runts, though, yeah.
I didn't smoke the runts. No, I was there for like an hour or two, and we were just kicking it. But yeah, I was like, okay, because I wasn't gonna go out of my way to buy it. Like, me and you aren't gonna go out of our way to buy it. But if someone offers it, and I was like, I'll try it. Yeah. Yeah, because like that's what I do.
Like
I'll try.
It's like smoking that dank sour animal tastes more like sour diesel.
Oh my god,
I've had recently.
Yeah,
and that was 25 and 8. But again, and that's the thing, you gotta look for these companies. You know, just because they have fancy branding or they throw White Boy Rick's name on it, which I don't know has to do with weed still. But I thought it was coke that he got in trouble moving.
So too.
I gotta rewatch that movie. I don't.
The movie's on, like, was it? I think Tubi.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Dude, let me tell you that new little app I found. It's got like all these movies and it's free. Tubi. I don't know if anyone's heard of it.
Yeah, it's on.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's got like.
And Freevee. Freevee used to be IMDb's. It's all free too.
I haven't got to that one.
With 2 E's, no Y. It's like. That's why I remember it's Freevee. I mean, I hope it's not Freeve. I'm like, damn it.
But yeah, that Tubi shit. So it got that movie. I was actually gonna watch it. But let's give a shout out to the sponsors.
Real quick. Let's do it.
Shout out to all the sponsors that's been working with us. We appreciate y'all. So let's kick it off with Dnk Growers. Do you prefer quality over quantity at an affordable price? Do you like craft cannabis? Check out Dnk Growers out of Lansing, Michigan, or at dnkgrowers.com. Everyone deserves great flower at an even better price. They're located at Great Lakes Holistics in Kalamazoo. They're located at Wellflower in Ypsilanti, also out in Burton Cannabis Co. And check out the Sour Animal or the Lemon Cherry Gelato. That Lemon Cherry Gelato was...
And if you do have the High Times bag, they are in the Sativa Cup entry. Which I think the final judgment comes in the end of June. So we'll know soon enough how everyone thinks. But I definitely dug it. It's sour diesel crossed with animal cookies, back crossed with sour animals. Sour diesel. It's fantastic. Definitely worth giving a shot. Where'd you say they were at again?
Great Lakes Holistics on Kalamazoo is the new one.
That's what it is. Thank you. Check them out. And are you guys looking for seeds for your next harvest? Check out Seed Hub with over 100 different genetics and Michigan breeders. And you can visit Seed Hub in the actual shop in Lansing or check out seedhub.shop. They've got seeds, they got spores, local genetics, Amsterdam genetics, all over the place.
Old school, new school breeders from
supporting
all over.
Supporting a small business if you do. And at checkout, use promo code MICANNA15. That's MICANNA 15 for 50% off your seed order nationwide. And don't forget, that's always free shipping with Seed Hub.
Yep. And then also shout out to our last sponsor, Winewood Organics. Check out the first micro business in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Yep. Use code MyCannabis. You receive 35% off your first visit. Everything's done in-house. Your grown flower, your processing, your edibles, the testing, everything's done at that facility. As you walk in, you can see the grow in the back. They got 100% organic. You're supporting local at its finest. Just like all of our companies here, they're all non-MCMA affiliated, so check them out.
Yeah, we want to play that MCMA.
Go visit Eric over at Winewood and try. I think they just dropped their cart. What was the orange one? The
orange push pop.
Yeah, that just got dropped, and that's like probably my favorite cart. And I don't really smoke carts that taste on that. If you like anything orange or like a orange push up pop, phenomenal. So, but yeah, other than that, thank you to our sponsors. So, shout out.
Yep. And just speaking of our sponsors, there are companies out there that have good morals. There are companies out there. It does take some time to like dig into, but there are companies out there.
No, there's tons.
Not these giant corporate companies, and that's the unfortunate thing, though. These giant corporate companies. That's why I love Dnk. That's trying to keep that keeps their price at $25, because a lot of times companies throw some packaging on it and they upcharge it for no reason. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like what they did with White Boy Rick. They're trying to charge what, $50, $60 an eighth?
No, it was actually really cheap.
Oh, really? I thought they were trying to charge it $50, $60 an eighth.
I saw it was like $30 an eighth.
Maybe it dropped. I don't know. Yeah, I thought they were trying to sell it.
But they went to the location though.
Oh, well, that's
they went to the place in Mount Clemens. Wolf. Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, I haven't seen him though in so long. To our show, man. I know. I was like, oh, man. I gave him a hard time though, but and that's just what it is. Like, if you're not on social media and you don't see it, you're not listening to a podcast, you're not talking about it with your friends, like, you're not going to understand. I mean, it's like the cannabis industry, we think it's huge, but relatively, it's pretty still small. It's still its infancy.
T-Dub said, shout out. Thanks for showing me Dnk is supposed to link with someone from there next week. Oh, cool. Hell yeah, T-Dub. Appreciate you supporting us.
Yeah,
supporting our sponsors.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I want to say that. Appreciate everyone been commenting on all of our posts. We've been putting out a bunch of High Times reviews. They're all on YouTube. The full reviews are on YouTube. For some reason, Instagram's giving me shit, so I've had to cut some of them on IG. But YouTube, they're full. We have blogs up on the website. So take a look. We got a lot of stuff coming out. So I appreciate all the support and everyone commenting and
If you want swag, we got it on our website. We got hats like What's Behind Dave. We got shirts. We appreciate any support.
Yeah, and if you can't get the swag on the website or anything, just DM us and we can help you out. And we got that as well too. So I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, and honestly, just supporting our sponsors supports us. So appreciate you all. And the likes and shares, like Dave said, this algorithm crap's crazy.
Yeah, that's the Gibraltar Trade Center. That's where they went for the pleasantries. That's where they got the White Boy Rick. Someone commented on that.
Oh, it's actually open?
That's where he went. I was like, what? Well, there grows right across the highway. Pleasantries. You see it when you're driving.
Hey, Craven, what's going on, fam? Morning, dude. Long time no chat. Man? Hope your wedding went well, man. Sorry, life's been crazy.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, and great review on the cloud cover. Appreciate that, T-Dub. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, like our reviews, we try to keep it systematic, so that way we just the numbers. Numbers.
Try to take the feeling and emotion out of it, and just do it with numbers. Numbers don't lie. Numbers usually don't know. Numbers don't lie. We've been doing a lot of data.
Unless they're from Dr.Oz.
He's just making up numbers, so I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust this. I don't trust him. It's just too funny. But
and you brought up something, and we can kind of spin it for at least. Oh, jeez, I think I'm gonna sneeze.
Get ready to bless you.
Such a weird feeling when you feel like you're about to sneeze, but then nothing happens. You're like,
Look at the light.
No, but holiday smoking and stuff. I mean, it is technically a holiday weekend.
Well, it's Memorial Weekend.
It is. If you've served, thanks.
Yeah, that's truly what it's for. It's not just barbecuing, but yeah, exactly what you just said.
Yeah, dude, it's not.
No, it's good. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, no, that's all it is to me. Actually, and it's my mom's birthday. Holy shit! I just remember that right now.
Right now?
It's my mom's birthday today. And she texted me this morning, and I just was like, yeah, okay.
Happy birthday, Groovy's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Shit. Just remember that. I gotta text my mom.
Yeah, you do.
And I have a gig tonight. It's a crazy day. If you're in Detroit, Garden Theater, or if you're after Movement, there's a sweet Movement after party. Well, unofficial, but it's an Movement after party over at Garden Theater. Well, it's not like an official, because it's not like house techno, whatever. It's funky, opio, I'm playing 9 to 10. But just like holiday plans, holiday smoking stuff. Like, does anyone have any holiday plans and stuff? Just like lighten up before I get back into just talking shit about Oz again.
Yeah, I mean, I like talking shit about Oz, but yeah, going to holiday smoke. Chilling outside smoking, because it's usually like right around now is usually when Michigan starts getting warm, in my opinion. Like, you will have like the couple days like we did, so it's like nice to go outside and sit on the back deck and just smoke. So doing that, or honestly, going down to the riverfront, or
solid
up north. Well, it's not really up north. It's like past Lexington.
You're talking about the thought. I mean, for us, it's up north.
I like going up there and then smoking on the water. It's always nice.
Yeah.
So those be like my spots.
Well, now that, like you said, now it's warm out. You can smoke outside, which is great. I mean, as long as your neighbors aren't bitchy. You know what I mean? It's fucking great. It's movement weekend. A lot of people are down there doing their thing.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, thanks, Lizzie. Lizzie, just happy birthday to my mom.
Movement's down happening. There's a lot happening this weekend all over Detroit.
Yeah,
it's nice though that it's like kicking off the summer though.
Music festival season's coming back. That's why I'm happy. Like movement's
coming back. I mean, you just came back from EDC over here, so I mean, it already kicked off.
Well, yeah, no, EDC's wild. How EDC is. It's wild.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's play a set out there. That was fun. Setting the vendor. Shout out Thoughts and Threads and We Are Sweet Sounds Collective. Appreciate it. Happy to be part of the new movement. We got some people hanging out in Michigan, passing out can of pre-rolls at Memorial Fest before Skid Row plays at 1. Okay, right on. That's cool. He's just gonna be handing out pre-rolls. Nice. Rock hunting with my kids. What does that mean? What is rock hunting? Oh, you look for different types of like rocks.
So where do you go? Actually, I'd have to tell.
Working. COVID ain't taking a break, so we're still working nonstop. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, the grind don't stop.
Yeah, I think the best thing about just like blazing on the holidays is, especially Memorial Day, for me was going down to Hard Plaza and blazing at Movement. Like that's usually what I would do. But like I said, it's just kind of getting out there and enjoying the weather. Smoke a joint, hang out with my dog who's passed out.
Came up right before it was like 8:57.
He
was like, "Let's go!"
It's like an alarm clock for him. He's like, I guess I gotta get up and go join the boys. There he is. Sleeping. Don't mind my dirty ass room.
Kilo.
But
all right, so you go to the beaches at them. Petoskey Stones. Okay.
Best way to. Okay. Awesome. There you go. Yeah, I just thought we'd spin it because we were talking about any favorite ways to blaze during the holidays. Yeah, that would pretty much be it. Honestly, I think the best thing about sometimes holidays like this is like you kind of get that extra day to either like clean up around the house or maybe meet up a friend for an hour, or like sounds like Andy might be going to a concert. Like it gives you a little, that one extra day really gives you a lot more freedom, It's crazy.
Oh, I took 4 hours PTO for yesterday, or I took PTO yesterday, so I'd have a 4-day weekend. I was like, oh, thank God.
I pretty much took PTO all this week. But I was pretty worn out.
I was dead. I needed it. Mentally.
I wanted to work Thursday, and I slept like 20 hours out of 24. It was nuts. All I did was sleep when I got back.
Hey, it ain't bad.
But yeah, Kilo's dabbed out. Hilarious. Yeah, no dabs for the dog. You might have like leftover effects.
He's definitely got secondhand smoke. Probably there's a good chance.
I think I have a dab left.
Some bangering or something.
I might as well take it with y'all. Yeah, I got a last little bit of this Jungle Mac. Not a whole lot left. This is some 5-star. Yeah, got a good deal on it. Swear I had another gram. Didn't.
You probably misplaced it,
dude.
I bet
it could be anywhere in this house. Well, then you come
2
back
months from now, he's gonna be like, "You guys
vacation.
remember that time when I misplaced it? I found it."
Yeah, right. That'd be sweet. I mean, that's shit. I want to be mad. Who's ever mad about finding wax or weed? Like,
oh, dude,
I was pretty bummed yesterday though. I only had a couple of joints left of that Super Silver Haze, and I rolled up a joint, and like I was so distraught because I didn't eat much, and I just like lost it, and I was like, no. I was like looking forward to that Super Silver Haze, and I finally found it. I was like. You know how it is when you're looking forward to a strain. Dude, you only have a little bit left. You're like, shit.
I've misplaced weed before.
I don't know if anyone's ever done that.
The worst.
You probably hit it from yourself. Well, that's the problem. Then everything got messy, and I might have. But then I went on vacation, and then like that happened. Then I came back. I came back. I couldn't get things to work. Like I was like getting prepped for my set. I'm like, where's my cables? I couldn't find anything yesterday. My life was like falling apart in my head. It's just one of those days, you know how it is when you're like worn out and you got shit to do, but you don't really want to do the shit, but you really want to do the shit. too. Like, I need to get this done. Yeah. You know.
Especially when you're coming back, too, from a vacation. You're just like, so little time. And yeah, the time difference, too, man. So that's going to mess your whole schedule up, too.
Yeah. That's why I'm so excited for the show tonight. It's going to be a great time. Kicking off movement weekend. It'll be fun to be down in the city, even though I'm not going. But it should be fun.
Yeah, man, it'll be a good Saturday.
Yeah, and honestly, movement starts at noon, so it's gonna start here in 2 hours. So.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure there's already people going. There was pre-parties all over. Squad set up stuff downtown. It's crazy. It's a crazy. Well,
time you haven't had movement since.
And a lot of people go up north. A lot of people go up north.
It's the first one in 3 years. Because 2020 it was closed, and 2021 it was done.
Yeah, it went for like a decade.
Yeah.
And then they stopped. I'm like, all right, well, I've been to a lot. And they stopped playing bass music, man. Like, I mean, they technically still bass music with techno, but it's like mostly just techno with like a tiny bit of hip hop now. Like, they used to be more hip hop and dubstep and.
Yeah, they sprinkle like a little bit of hip hop. I mean, they've had.
It was like, here's 2 or 3 artists.
They had Gucci. They had Juicy J. This year they got
That's how they got us. That's how they got me. They always bring up rap artists, and I went.
That was dope.
I went 1 or 2 days the past couple of years. I was like, I'm not gonna go. They put a rap artist.
And you're like, awesome.
I'm not a big techno guy.
Well, you just mix it up.
I like techno. I just not straight techno for 12 hours. Some people love that old school house techno, acid house. It's fun. I ain't lying. It is fun. It's like movement is a great time. It's just back-to-back weekends after EDC. I got to take a break, dude. I'm so tired. I did 100,000 steps in 3 days.
That's it?
If you didn't see some of the videos I posted and pictures, it's 100,000 people festival. That's all I got to say. In the middle of the desert with fire. It's amazing. If you like production, it's amazing.
Everybody's like, I'm going next year.
I didn't buy I already missed out on my ticket, but in the pre-sale. I'm thinking about it, though. Don't you worry, child. Don't you? Everyone's got a plan for you.
I was thinking that, too. I was like, man. You know, they came out the new album, too.
Really? That's random.
Yeah, because they're back. I think they're actually going on tour.
That's interesting. You know, I will say,
Thanks, T-Dub.
Just now that we're back, and everything from the whole.
I rolled that joint turbo speed. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, you do. You roll hella. You do. When you're trying to smoke, dude. Like, I've literally like, here's the weed butt, dude, and I'll like, turn around and I'll put the weed back, and he'll be like.
I know. We've done that with blunts.
Dude?
He's like, what? You know, you just gotta smoke, man.
Just focused. My ass will like slowly talk, and I'll break it down. I'll be talking. Just keep
talking. I know, dude. That's why I don't let
Dave's
you
like, I got it.
No.
It's funny. That is true. I don't think you ever let me roll joints anymore. Like at first, you used to be like, bro, why don't you roll them every once in a while? And then you let me roll them, and then it was like, oh my god.
5 minutes into a review, we still haven't even got it rolled up.
It's true. He's not lying. That's the problem.
That's great, dude.
Well, dude, I mean, everyone has those friends where sometimes people just roll faster and some people like take their time. And like to me, because it's like a enjoy. That's why I said when I smoke a joint, it's like I sat down for a little bit. I'm gonna roll it up for it to take me 5 minutes at least. You know, then I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna smoke it. I might go out because I'm talking too much. like it's a little bit more of a process. Oh shit, I just blanked out on IG. Sorry about that.
For me, I'm pretty much just like roll it up and spark it, and then I love to enjoy the smoking of it. Kick back, enjoy it. But,
sorry if you're watching an IG, it just dropped out for a second. I'll fix that.
Oh, it's all right.
There it goes.
It is a ritual, Dave. What is it? Anytime I'm smoking, I just love it, man. I don't know.
Well, and that's kind of what
the
it
joint,
is.
But I just rolled up quick. I don't know why. I think it's just because I've rolled so many joints nowadays.
Right.
I remember when I first couldn't roll, I was like, how'd
you learn how to roll joints?
Because
I literally just had like an eighth or a quarter, and I just kept literally breaking down, ripping the joints, breaking down, ripping the joints. Like I literally just kept practicing on the
That,
same amount of weed. I didn't even smoke it. I remember that because I literally just kept practicing. It was some garbage ass weed too. I remember it not being good weed.
Well, yeah, it was Reggie's back in the day. That's all we had.
Yeah. Seeds. Well, it's not that all we had. It's all we had access to. Some people out there like.
Well, yeah, other people were
growing
smoking
good
kush and
weed. They knew what they were doing. Yeah. We were like, weed, $20 quarters sounds great.
Migraine with it. Yeah, let's go.
Thought that was just a symptom of weed for the longest time. I literally used to think that if you just smoke a lot of weed, that means you're gonna get a headache. That's all I thought. I literally thought that was just a part of it.
It made sense. And then once you hit that dro or the kush, you're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's another thing. And then I thought, that's a funny thing how like terms for cannabis as you get into it become more and more like, oh, that's not what that means. Like I used to be like, dro, that means good weed. No, it doesn't at all. I mean, hydroponic grown weed, right? And then you get like Kush. Nope, just a genetic. You know what I mean? You start learning more, and you're like, oh, god damn it. Indica. Nope. No, you're like, son of a bitch, dude. Just give me one term that makes sense. And like, honestly, I think it's just like learning. Part of getting to know cannabis, and there's just so much to this plant.
It's such a small field, or not small field, small. There's not a lot. Everyone within the community knows a lot about it, but besides that, there's not much research and not much stuff out there. And more is coming out there slowly.
It's not common knowledge.
Yeah, and it's coming out there slowly. It's just taking time because of the bad propaganda for the last 80 years.
80 years. Yeah.
What was it, like 34, 36?
No, that's exactly what it is. It's crazy.
That we were discussing.
Damn.
So.
Damn. That's crazy how you're actually. I was thinking about that, how long propaganda's been going on. You're absolutely right. It has been about that long.
Well, then when they made it illegal and we talked about it in one of our tour talks, and I'm blanking. Like, I literally think it was 36, but then the bad shit happened back with what was it, Reagan or Nixon?
Oh yeah,
the war on drugs. Once that came, then it was just all hell on cannabis, pretty much. And that's pretty much where it was like you were gonna smoke weed, you were gonna kill somebody. The devil's lettuce, reefer madness. What's the opinion of tarantula genetics?
You mean like tarantulas, like in the sense of like with cannabis, wax, and keef?
Like the infused pre-rolls?
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy some good infused pre-rolls. There's been some good ones from the High Times bag so far. I think we got like a couple left and we're done.
You got what your guy had. Yeah, exactly. Back in the day, you were just happy to have weed.
Dude, yeah, I know.
You were just like, oh, thank God.
You remember the days back before dispos where it was like you had to get your weed, and like once you were running low, like you were scared because you didn't know when you could get weed next, because you'd be like, oh yeah, let me get it, and then it was dependent on someone.
Remember that old pitcher? It would be like an eighth, and it would be like 2 days and like 3 weeks, because that's how it would be. You just blaze as much as you can. You'd be like, oh shit,
I know.
Bulls, and then you just made it work, or you matched.
And then once dispos and you had your med card, you were able to go, but it was just more sketchy. You're like, oh shit, do I want to go there? You're like, fuck it, I kind of need.
At the end of the day, it's like
I needed the weed
until like 2009, 18, 19, like probably 19, because that's when dispos really started getting opening. Like 2019, it's been sketch. Like, and even since, and then after that, remember we were talking about things were like legal and like no more raids were happening. I mean, here and there, like if you put in the wrong area and it was like, oh, we hate weed here, whatever, we're prejudiced against pot. Like, really, that's all it is. And like that, people want to say it's like, oh no, we're not for weed. No. What you are is prejudiced against pot, right? Cannabis. And I think that's what my point was with the whole Dr.Oz thing. It's like, sure, you can have an opinion, and maybe like generally it does make people lazy because, in the sense of what your first time smoking it, yeah, but who's ever had like their first time getting drunk and like did anything productive? It's like, go fuck yourself. Like, and then, but we do last call here in Michigan. You know what I mean? Hey, make sure you get enough DUI in
before you leave,
before you drive.
Yeah. In his statement regarding making it lazy is that's just his opinion, which is fine. But like you got to look at the data and look at every state that's legal. Look at all the states that are medicinal. It's not making anyone lazy. Look at all the workers in the cannabis industry. You know, like we were saying, from your cultivators to the processors to staff in general. Like what everyone's doing, no one's lazy. It's a hard grind.
Dude,
you know,
producing good cannabis is hard work.
Yeah, it's not
an everyday consistent grind. Like, you know, it's
and anyone that uses cannabis that's productive is breaking that stereotype each day. Like we are, everyone here tuning in, I know is breaking that because everyone here loves to smoke weed, but they're still busting their ass and doing stuff. No one's sitting at home just like, yeah, I'd rather just, you know, be lazy all day. No, everyone's doing what they got to do. So it's funny that he brings that up. So we'll be paying attention to that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I mean,
I'm curious if he continues to comment on it.
Well, it's just that when you have a position of power, it's very important to, meaning, and I don't mean the sense of like Dr.Oz is powerful. I mean the sense of like he's a doctor on a national scope, right?
Yeah, TV.
He's got a lot of attention, right? It's the same thing with these Dr. Phils or these whatever, right? It's just that like to me, it's like you have the responsibility to be mindful and thoughtful of what you're saying, and to him, so to me, this is him fully thinking he's doing something right. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's twisted to me, because like, you know, how we're still divided so much, how some doctors are like, no, it does help. Look, it's proven this. Look what it's done for epilepsy. Look what it's done for all these, you know, mental health issues. Look what it's done for cancers, like things like with RSOs. And it's like, and sure, it's not a cure-all, but what is? Mm-hmm. You know, even when you're getting radiation for cancer, it's still a hit or miss thing. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they sometimes it's like doctors are like, oh, weed's not a for sure thing. Yeah, none of this shit is, man. Like,
you don't know how your body's gonna
exactly
react.
Like,
it's different for everybody, and but you should just be able to have the option to actually just try and use cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Off of that, not just be prescribed the pharmaceuticals or different stuff. There's a lot of alternatives. So yeah, I know, Andy. Look at my vendor day. Tell me I'm lazy.
Okay, exactly.
You're like every day somewhere.
Well, and that's why it's not good to generalize, because now you're offended, you know, and that's why I said, doctor, he's generalizing. You shouldn't be, I mean, I guess he has to some degree because he's on a national scope, but when you're saying it makes you lazy, that's not even closely remotely true. Yeah. What he's saying is like it tends to maybe make some people like tired and lazy when they first start smoking weed. Maybe. Mm-hmm. I can admit that when I first started smoking weed, I was like, whoa. Yeah. It was new. Yeah. It was a lot to process, you know.
I'd agree with that.
But only a little bit. I still did shit.
Yeah.
I still went to work. I still paid my bills. Like, I don't know what this clown's talking about. All I would say is it slowed me down a little bit at first, but then once you get used to it, it's like nothing.
You're just good to go.
Yeah. If anything, it slows me down in a good way.
Yeah, just part of your day helps you get through the day, honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
Deal with all the other stuff you have to deal with throughout the day. So,
yeah.
It was good to be back on a Saturday morning, man.
Yeah,
waking up with everybody.
All you guys helps.
Yeah.
Definitely helped.
We will be.
I missed it.
Yeah. Me too, man. Me too, man.
But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday.
Yeah. And, we're back Tuesday live at 7:10.
7:10. Jesus, I forgot what time we left.
I know. I saw you thinking about it. You can think about
it. I'm tired. Last night was rough. Last couple nights been rough since I got back. So, I mean, dude, the 3 hours delays, I didn't get to bed. I thought I was going to get home and sleep by like 2. I was like asleep by like 5 or something. 5, yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's just been hard catching back up since, you know, jet lagged and stuff.
Yeah, and the time swing too. It's always at that 3 hours. So.
Yeah.
This week we'll be releasing another episode. I think it's me and you, right?
I think we're doing a review. Well, yeah, because we had to do a couple of episodes.
Yeah, so it'll be a me and Groovy episode. Probably doing a review, like you said, talking about a couple other topics that we have that we want to talk about. We the last 2 episodes we've released Cannabev from Illinois, who's a cannabis reviewer, a weed sommelier. Started his weed channel out there, so we talked to him, and then we had our sponsor Dnk Growers on, so we were able to learn more about
their Class A license, what it was like entering the High Times Cup, their opinion on why they want to keep their eighths at 25 on the market, and why we always talk about affordable quality product. And it's a great episode. We shot it at their location. Thanks to Nick and Kyle for joining us on that.
Yeah.
So those are the last 2 episodes. So take a listen to those. You can see the videos on YouTube, or they're on your streaming Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to your music. They are there. So.
Yep.
And other than that, appreciate everyone tuning in, hanging out with us this morning. I got nothing else. We'll be like we said, we'll be live Tuesday. It was great to see everyone. Thank you all for commenting, tuning in. Hope you all have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Be safe, and see you all on Tuesday.
And as always, we're here to advocate,
educate,
and inspire.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Until you die.